Hello everybody and welcome back to our channel. Today I'm just going to be doing something a little bit different, a little bit more on the natural side of makeup. And this is going to be more of, I'm going to put this in quotes, of a male makeup tutorial. I do that because anybody could do this. This can go for anyone, but I know a lot of males like to, I know a lot of males are actually starting to more dabble more in makeup, very natural makeup. I know a lot of people want it to be very natural, very unnoticeable, which I get that too. It's either I want to be full beat and look like I have makeup on, or it's like I want to have a little bit and it not be that noticeable. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys 3 different ways to wear a natural male makeup. So today I'm going to do 3 looks, 3 different levels, starting with like super natural, a little bit more intense, and then maybe a little bit more. But also the top level, like the 3rd level, is not really going to be noticeable at all. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. So the first step we're going to start with any makeup, anything, even if you're not wearing makeup, you should still be doing this. I know a lot of guys do not do this. A lot of guys do not moisturize. So we're going to moisturize. I'm just kind of being bougie right now, but I love this moisturizer. This is a Chanel moisturizer. You don't gotta use Chanel. You can use whatever you have as long as you think it's moisturizing to your skin. And what moisturizer does, if you don't know, it moistens your skin. But more than that, it makes your skin look glowy. It makes it look healthy. Makeup does sit better on hydrated skin rather than dry skin. So definitely, if you want it to look more natural, you definitely want to moisturize because it just makes your skin look that much more real and it makes your makeup look that much more real. So I'm just taking some moisturizer. You can use, if you're super dry, you can use like an oil. I know a lot of people use an oil. I love oils. I'm just not going to do it right now because I just am going to use what's in front of me. Just make sure your face is a little moisturized. And as you can see, that already creates a glow. I just think that is so beautiful to the skin. It makes everyone's skin look healthy. It makes it look like it has life and moisture and you drink a lot of water. So having a glow to your skin like that is really good. If you use an oil, it definitely, that glow will last longer and you'll have more of a glow. Moisturizer is a very key product. All right, so we're gonna officially start with the first level moisturizing for every kind of makeup. The first level, I'm going to start with just correcting. So that's basically what it is going to be. My skin is decent. I do have smooth skin, pretty even, but I do obviously have these red spots right here. I wish they weren't there. So that's where makeup comes in. And then maybe a couple breakouts that I have right here we can cover. And I do have facial hair, as you guys can see. I usually don't do it when I have makeup, but I want to show you that even if you have facial hair, it still can look good. It still can look okay to put makeup in it. If you have a full beard though, that's different. Don't put makeup in like a full beard. But if you got a little bit of this, it's okay. So the first product is the IT Cosmetics CC Plus Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream. So this is basically life. This is the product that I will hype the most out of anything I've ever used. The reason is because it is not heavy. It is a CC cream, so CC cream is less coverage than a foundation, and it's kind of like a tinted moisturizer. It's right in between a BB cream, which is a tinted moisturizer, and then a foundation. So this also has anti-aging inside of this. It has SPF, which does also prevent aging, and just has a lot of good stuff for your skin, so it's not bad for your skin. If anything, it is helpful for your skin. That's the thing about IT Cosmetics, is that a lot of their ingredients is good for your skin. It's like skincare almost with makeup in it. But this is amazing because you can make this full coverage or you can make this very, very sheer. Make it look super natural, or you can really pack it on and cover almost anything. So I love this shit so much. So that's what we're gonna be using today. I am using shade Light. I'm gonna go ahead and just correct some of these red spots. One thing you can do is take a green corrector. This one is from Collab. This one is drugstore, so this one's affordable. But the thing is that with green correctors, it can leave a green cast if you don't put anything over it. So I would put this on my redness because green cancels out redness on the color wheel. They are opposites, so they cancel each other out. So I would put green on this, but then you might see a little bit of green showing through, and then you'd have to go ahead and put something on top of it. This is good when you're doing like full glam and everything, because you can really, you know, put foundation on top of it to cover the green. But the green does cover redness very well. So that's an option. You can share this out, put it on. But I'm going to go ahead and do this. This is my preference. So what I'm going to do is just squeeze a little bit on the back of my hand. Just a little bit, because we're just going to be using our fingers. So nothing's going to be absorbed really into no brushes, no sponges, anything for the first level. So I'm just going to literally swirl my finger around on this, just get a little on my finger. And I'm just going to tap on these areas very gently. Tap and blend. So kind of do the same. Be gentle with the skin like I said before, and as you can see, it basically already disappeared. This stuff is very good at correcting redness. The owner or the creator, the CEO who created It Cosmetics and this product had rosacea, so she really wanted to make sure that it covered redness, and it really does a good job of that. So I'm just tapping that in. I'm kind of going to do like half of my face to show you guys before and after. That's not that dramatic, but you can see that already helped so much. It looks like it's gone. Okay, so you can keep going. You can do this as much as you would like. Maybe I have a little bit of redness right there. You can see I have blue kind of around my eyes. You can fix that. You don't have to, but it's fun to experiment. So like, you know what? Why not? Just try it and see if you like it or not. Put a little bit around the eyes. And the thing with this is that you want to make sure you do get close to your skin tone. So I would recommend getting this in person in like a store and having someone match you. Or if you've had this before, if you know foundations and you know your shades, then you can just probably buy it online. But the closest to your skin tone, the better, because it'll look more realistic. So I'm just going to tap under the eyes to kind of brighten it a little bit, and then I just kind of like blend those edges. Maybe I'll take whatever is left on my finger and just put it on my eyelid. And like I said, you guys kind of experiment with this on your face and your shape and whatever discoloration or anything you want to hide, and see how you guys like it. But I like using my finger because it's fast, and it has a more real feel to the makeup, more natural. It doesn't cake it on at all, definitely not. So you can see right there, the redness is gone, a little bit of that blue is gone, and I just look more awake. I'm gonna go ahead and put a few little spots over these. So like I said, this is the sheer portion. This is basically me shearing it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other side. Okay, and I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose. I do have a little redness on my nose. So I'm gonna take a small amount. And the thing with this is I definitely take less than I think I'm gonna need. Because if I need more, I can just add more. And it's just way easier than trying to take it off or it looking like too much. And this literally just takes like a few minutes of your time. And it looks super natural. Okay, so that is basically the first level. I could keep going with this. I can put a little bit, I have a little bit of redness on my chin. So I could just put a little bit on my chin. And yeah, so here's a very clean skin. But one thing I like also is glowy skin. But like I said, you do have the moisturizer on, hopefully. And so you do have that glow to your skin. Honestly, for a guy, I would just, you know, maybe brush the eyebrows up and take a clear brow gel. You can take clear, or you can take a brow gel that has color to it. So the clear one is just going to obviously just be your brows. If you have full brows, throw some clear gel in it. And what this is going to do is this is going to hold your eyebrows in place just so that your brows look fuller without actually making them, without putting like makeup in it. It's literally just like a clear mascara almost. So you can do that, make your brows look fuller, or you can take a brow gel that is pigmented, that has color. If you don't have the most full brows, you can run it through your brows, and also it'll kind of make your brows a bit thicker, a bit darker, a bit more full. but I'm just using clear today. So this is pretty much it for the first level, which is a very basic, very natural makeup look. And then I'm going to go ahead and jump into the second level. So for the second level, I'm going to go ahead, add a little bit of bronzer. I'm going to curl my eyelashes. I'm going to add a little bit of highlighter, and I'm going to fill in the brows very slightly. So let's get started. All right, so I'm going to add a little bit of color and dimension to my face. If you're looking a little pale, this will definitely make you look a little more warmed up, a little more tan. And it also gives you a little bit more dimension to your face, kind of carves out. You can kind of like emphasize the cheekbones if you want. So the bronzer I'm going to use is by Benefit. This is the Hoola bronzer, and this is what it looks like. This is a pretty natural, pretty soft bronzer for people who are more light to fair. So I'm going to be using this because it is more natural for me. So I'm going to take a fluffy brush. This one obviously I've been using a lot. This is my go-to brush. It's dirty, but I like to use more fluffy brushes because it applies product softer, and it doesn't make it so intense, and it doesn't make harsh lines, which you don't want harsh lines at all with makeup. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tap into here, tap off my brush so I do not have too much product. And I'm just gonna go ahead and lightly just swirl around my cheeks. I'm not really pressing hard and like digging into my face. I've noticed a lot of people that do makeup or wear makeup, they like really like press it in there and they're like, it's very gentle, very lightly, just swirl around the cheeks. This is just gonna add a little color around the cheeks. It's gonna make you look a little more tan. So I'm going to do the sides of the forehead. Definitely like doing that. Definitely warms up the face, makes the forehead look a little bit smaller. Because we all know that I need that. You can already see how much more my skin looks less red, it looks more bronzy. Looks like it has more color to it. And then if you have enough space on the top of your forehead, I kind of do the top just to kind of make my forehead look smaller. So then I'm going to go ahead and hit the jawbone, and it'll balance out all the color around our face. You can also take bronzer down your neck. If your neck is pretty fair, you can also just take your bronzer and just buff it into your neck so that it does match your face. So as you can see, all around the perimeter of our face is pretty bronzed, but the inside is not. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it into my nose. I'm going to go ahead and fluff it over my nose. I like to do just the sides of my nose. This isn't necessarily to contour my nose at all, but it's more to kind of create that balance of the color in my face because I don't want to have a huge white center of my face. Bronzing the nose definitely balances that out. It makes your nose look a little bit more like the rest of your face, basically. So I'll just do underneath and the sides, just very, very, very fast, very quickly. Maybe a little bit under the lip. And yeah, so here we are bronzed up. You can see we have a bit more color to our face. We look a little bit more healthy. Let's go ahead and put some highlighter on. So Collab Makeup just came out with this new highlighter. It's like a cream highlighter, and I think is the most beautiful cream highlighter I've ever used. The way it goes on the skin, the way it lays in the skin, the way it shines and glows is amazing. So I highly recommend this for your highlighter if you are a guy and you want to have a little bit of a glow to kind of make your face look a little more healthy. I think I like to have like a healthy glow to my face. The formula on this is amazing. It literally looks like your skin, especially when applied with your fingers. So I'll show you guys what I mean. So with this, if you guys are interested, this is the Moon Bounce Face and Body Highlighter. And what shade I'm using is Moon Queen. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of swirl my finger into it. And then I just go on the tops of my face where I see that glow. I'm just gonna tap it. Just tap. Don't necessarily rub because you can take off whatever you put underneath your face already. And you can see, look at that glow. Ooh, girl. But if you look at it super close up, like there's no texture to your face. There's no powdery look. There's no glittery look. It literally just looks like your skin. It's so freaking beautiful. So I like to put it on the tops of my cheeks, and then I will put a little bit right on the tip of my nose. Your placement can be optional, obviously, wherever you would like it, you would put it. I do the tip of the nose. I'll do the bridge of the nose, just kind of swipe it down a little bit. I like the Cupid's bow, just because it makes your top lip look a little more full when this is glowing right here. I'll put a little bit on my chin. And this makeup is really good if you do like model, or if you are in front of the camera a lot. These are a lot of things, a lot of good things you can do because it looks great on camera. As you can see, this makeup is camera friendly and friendly in person as well. So I like to put a little bit just right above my brow bone right here, just so when I turn, you can see that little glow, little highlight. And that's all for highlighting. It's super simple, it takes 2 seconds. Just use your finger and it's beautiful. Highly recommend this product. It's super affordable, you can get it at Stelly Beauties. It's pretty accessible to everyone. So next thing I'm going to do is, I'm just going to curl my eyelashes. This is very simple. All you need is one of these babies to curl. I'm sure maybe your sister or your mom has one, or you can get one. But my favorite is from Lancome. So if you've never done this, it's not that intimidating. It looks like it. When I first started doing this to myself, to others, it creeped me out. It looks like a torture device, I'm not going to lie. But it doesn't hurt or anything. You just literally put your lashes in there and just curl them and just push this thing. And this gives your eye a little more of a, like a doughy effect, a lift. It really brings attention to the eyes without having to put mascara in your eyelashes. So honestly, it looks like you have a little bit of something in your lashes, but you don't, because that shit is just curled. And boom, look at that. Look how much more attention, how much more like open the eyes look. I love doing that. That's a really cool trick to do. Next thing I'm gonna do, honestly you could stop here, but I'm gonna go ahead and go a little bit into the brow. Just kind of shape the brow just a little bit. So the brow pencil I'm using is also by Collab Makeup from Stelly Beauty. I like this one because it's more of a softer finish. It's not so intense. When you apply it, it doesn't draw in a harsh line. You can really build it up and take your time with this and make it look super natural, or you can make it heavier, depending on the amount of pressure you apply. So I'm gonna go ahead and just run my spoolie through my brows. I do already have that brow gel in, so I mean they're kind of already brushed in place. But I'm gonna go ahead and just take the pencil. I'm using shade Ash Brown. This is good for people who have darker brows, maybe a little bit lighter brow. This is a very universal shade, by the way. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go with the natural shape of my brow. I'm not going to shape it. I'm not going to carve it out, any of that. So as you can see right here, I have a bit of sparse hairs, and then on my tail. So I'm gonna go ahead and just fill those in very lightly. Just do small little strokes, and it just literally deposits a little bit of color. And then right here on the tail, I'm just going to basically just fill in what is there, just to darken it a little bit. And I think a full brow on a guy definitely makes you look more structured, more refined, and also it can make you look a little bit more manlier. Just because a full brow definitely is, I mean, when you guys usually have bushy brows, and usually it looks like that's like a guy thing, is bushy brows. So I like to have a full brow. I think it's definitely a masculine thing. But also I love bushy brows, full brows on anybody and everybody. I think everyone should have full bushy brows. And this does take some experimentation. Takes a while to kind of see the shape, what looks good, what doesn't. So you can see this brow is so much more fuller, but it doesn't look too refined. It doesn't look too clean, but it looks good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one. All right, so there's my brows filled in. Here is basically the completed look for the second level of male makeup. So this is a very refined, very clean look, not too heavy, pretty natural. All right, so the third level, we're going to go a little more intense with the skin. We're gonna go ahead and make it a little bit more clean. For the sake of this video, I'm just gonna keep on whatever I have on. It's not really gonna disturb the makeup process, but if you guys are gonna do this, I would go ahead and start with a fresh face. So start with a fresh face when you're doing this, and you know, apply that moisturizer first. So once that is done, so I'm going to be applying the CC cream again. I recommend this for the skin. We're going to go ahead and build it up a little bit more. I'm going to take a fluffy brush. This one is by A Cosmetics. You can get it at the same place you get the CC cream. This is double-ended. I like this one for foundation, and then I'll kind of apply concealer with this one and maybe tap it up my finger. This is a multi-use brush, a multi-tool brush, so I like that. And I like the way it applies foundation. I like brushes so I could swirl them and buff them into the skin, opposed to sponges, which they kind of deposit it and kind of just like, you know, deposit it on your face. It doesn't really buff it in, it doesn't swirl it, it doesn't really move the product much. So I'm gonna go ahead and take whatever's left on my hand. I'm going to load up my brush like this, kind of swirl it in. I don't want too much product on my brush. You can see there's honestly not a lot, you can barely see it. And I'm just going to tap and buff that into my skin and just get a little bit more coverage with this. And I'm going to do this all over my face this time. So if you want to do like a full face moment, we're going to go ahead and cover the full face with the CC cream. I'm going to avoid the brows because I want to keep that brow shape. I like that. I don't want to go any more intense, so I'm just going to leave that and go around the brows. Go a little bit on the eyelid because you want to make sure your skin is all one color, one shade. So there's not that much of a difference, but I did this whole half of my face. You can see there's no redness, there's even coverage. This product actually also gives you a little bit of a glow, so it's super glowy. Opposed to this side is still pretty, it's still natural, but you can see I do have my redness showing through, so let's go ahead and finish this side. And if you are doing this all over the face, I do recommend kind of bringing it down the neck a little bit. Just a sheer amount, just so that it looks that closer to your face. You definitely want it to look realistic. Alright, so I'm basically going to do the same thing that I did previously. I'm going to add bronzer. I'm going to add a little bit more this time though. I'm going to do highlighter again. I'm going to fill in my eyelashes with mascara, and then I'm also going to do a little bit of a lip fill in, and I'll show you guys that later. So for now I'm gonna go ahead and just do bronzer and everything that we did previously. So you can either leave your eyelashes like before, just curled, or you can darken them a little bit. My eyelashes are not the darkest, so I like to go in with a little mascara, a very natural, a very thin formula mascara. That's literally just going to basically tint my lashes. And that mascara is by Hank and Henry. This is the Clout mascara. One end is a little bit thicker, and one end, that's the thick side, and then the other side is super tiny, and this is the side that I'm going to be using. So I like that it's super thin because I can get right at the base and kind of work my way up. It doesn't deposit a bunch of product onto the lashes to make it look a little more intense. So I'm literally just going to very softly just brush through my eyelashes just to make them look a little more full. Because like I said before, it really like brings attention to the eye. You can see the difference already. I barely put anything on. And yeah, so there is the before and after for the mascara. And I usually don't put any on the bottom lashes, but you can maybe just put a little tiny bit just to help balance that out. Okay, and the last step I have for the male makeup is I'm going to go ahead and fill in my lip a little bit and make it look a little bit bigger. I'm not going to overline or anything. I do have some discoloration in my lips right here, so it's really white right here, like a white ring. So I don't think everyone has this, but if you do, or if you do want to just, I mean, it does in general even out the tone and make your lips look fuller. I like to just fill that in and make my true lip shape come out. And for that, once again, I will be using Collab. This is the perfect shade for my lips. This shade is called Toss and Turn. This is just one of their full body lipsticks. This is the closest one to my actual lip color, so I chose this one. You can see it doesn't look like a normal lipstick the way it's shaped, because I use a brush for this because I don't ever just like apply it on. If you apply it on, it's gonna look like you have full lipstick on. So I like to take a little lip brush, nothing too fancy, just a small little flat brush, and I will just take a little bit from the top. You guys will see what it does and how more bigger my lips will look. I also like to do this because when I'm putting on face makeup like this, it gets on my lips and my lip color disappears. Obviously it turns like a skin tone color. And again, I'm just putting a very sheer amount of lipstick on. And then boom, I got a lip on. The lip definitely does make it look a little more refined, but I think it's worth it because I like to make my lips look like full, like my true lip shape. So I don't mind it. And yeah, here is the finished look for level 3. This look is the most refined, the most full coverage, the most noticeable. I mean, you can't see the makeup on your skin, but it definitely looks like it's a very clean cut. But it looks very good. This is good for events, for photos, for going out, for whatever you fancy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys liked my 3 different levels. I know when I've done male makeup in the past, a lot of you guys were like, oh, that was just like a lot of makeup. That wasn't really natural makeup. So I definitely wanted to do something very, very natural. Very, very natural. And then a little bit more of what I do. I guess I do almost all 3 of these levels, honestly. That's why I guess I thought of it. Let me know if you guys like level 1, 2, or 3, which one fits best for you. Honestly, number 3 is my favorite just because it looks the cleanest. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave the comments down below. I will try to respond to them. I hope you guys enjoy this. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more videos of me and Matthew. Thank you guys so much for watching. Deuces.